Hey, welcome in Huntsville. Another wonderful good morning to you. Thanks for waking up with us. What do you love about Huntsville? What makes this a great place to be?
Everyone here is very genuine and very kind and friendly. You never hesitate to speak up and say hello or good morning or just acknowledge the person walking by.
The thing that I love most about Huntsville, I love the peace that Huntsville brings. I love the peace that it gives me.
I feel accepted and part of the town and like I belong here.
Huntsville is where my lovely wife lived when I met her, so I moved here. So I'm pretty thankful for her.
All right.
We're bucking for you in Huntsville, Texas.
Hello, I'm Billy Cobbin, the Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home.
Hey, it's Gay Boning with Tomorrow's Provost Montessori Schools.
Good morning, Huntsville.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm Karen.
I'm Toy.
And I'm Denise. And from all of us at Walker County Federal Credit Union, good morning, Huntsville.
Look at that, man. Right there, cowboy.
I'm a cowboy.
Cowboy.
I don't have my hat.
Cowboy.
I got my boots.
Here, let me get this poofy in. There we go. Oh, did you hear that? This is that. Can I do something real quick? Watch. This is that annoying thing on the internet. Hold on. Watch this. Okay, now wait just a second. Don't talk. I'm gonna turn you up real loud. Watch. Yeah, people are all into that, like loud microphones and sensory stuff on the internet. Or they call it satisfying.
That's satisfying?
Yeah. It's what has this world become to?
You tell me. It's nothing like it was when I was a kid.
Man, this is the second day in a row that I've kind of started been out of shape, buddy. I was been out of shape yesterday on the show.
Bent out of shape.
Yeah.
I thought you said been out of shape.
I've been out of
shape for a long time.
This is the second decade in a row that I've been out of shape.
Well, I'm going on like 6.
No, there's these videos out there on the internet, and I've mentioned this on my personal Facebook before, that it's like someone working with tools and they're doing woodworking, which is great. We know several woodworkers who are great folks. But it's the videos where they speed things up and they turn up the microphone really loud. So you hear the hammer hitting the nail, and it's all real loud. Or it's someone wadding up paper and throwing it away, and you hear they turn up the microphone. Just make the videos without all that dumb noise, please.
I'm a person that doesn't like a lot of background noise. You know, some restaurants I won't go to because the music's too loud. You can't hear yourself think.
I just don't get it, and there's something about it, and this whole trend of it's satisfying needs to stop. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My algorithm is jacked up on social media, and it needs to go away. And now that I'm talking about it, I'm probably going to see more of them.
I imagine so. Where's Siri? Yeah. You don't have Siri.
I got Googlina. She's all
Alexa.
right. Yeah, Googlina. Good morning, Googlina. Hello, Rob. What would you like to know today?
Is she Russian?
She should be, yes. Hello, Rob. I'll be back in a moment. I have some vodka. Smirnoff.
Vodka.
Vodka. I'll be right back.
Say it with a W. Vodka.
Vodka. What would Wonka do? Willy Wonka. Vodka. Anyways, I have no idea what we're talking about.
I lost myself.
As soon as I got in this morning, I said, oh, here we go. It's going to be a great day.
It's always a great day. You wake up breathing.
I told my children this morning, Rick.
Both of them?
Yeah, I told them. I always tell my kids it's going to be a great day today. My children, I say, it's going to be a great day today, guys. We're going to have a great. And Bridget and Braylon, sometimes I'll say, today is the best day. And then she'll go, ever. That's our little thing. Well, this morning it was not the best day ever for her. We got them up, got them moving, and then Braylon had a meltdown about clothes. She's all ready to go. And we were a little stressed on time, but she was pretty much ready to go. And I had loaded Caden up in a car seat. And then I go in to get Braylon. Bridget's finishing up with her, and they're getting her ready, and I go in to get her. And all I hear is, Bleh! In fact, I recorded it. This was this morning. This was this morning. That was this morning.
That sounds like me.
Yeah. I recorded that for a reason because it's a teaching moment for Braylon.
Yeah.
And tonight,
this is what you sounded like.
This is what you sounded like. And because she's talking about how she wants to be a big girl. She's ready to be a big girl. And I've been telling her that when she throws fits like that, that's not being a big girl. And she's starting to understand that it's not okay to throw fits. And so tonight when we lay down and we're going to talk about this, we have our little daddy-daughter chats every night now before we go to sleep. We do our prayer. She's not. And here's the thing. She's been upset about reading lately.
She don't want to read?
No. And so I tell her, well, I'm going to read. And then, of course, she joins in. So she'll read with me once Daddy starts reading, then she has no other choice. I mean, I don't force her to do things, but obviously I want my child to continue to read. It's been huge. We get the books from the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. But, yeah, so that was this morning. Oh, and then I got to rewind yesterday on the way home. Had a great showcase at Tomorrow's Promise, the Academy yesterday.
Yeah.
Miss Avery put on the showcase. Got to see what the other older children were doing. My little darling was just sitting in her circle, just as good as could be. Some of the other children jumping around and walking around, but my little darling just planted right there on the circle, like she's a good girl.
She wasn't interacting with the other children?
She's just on the circle. She was watching. She was paying attention.
Okay,
that's what I was getting at. And but the older kids did some things, so it was really neat. We got to see that, and we're looking forward to that. In Braylon next year. A couple of things. She's already learning a lot, but she's going to get to. I mean, one of the kids putting together continents and stuff. I was like, he's like Australia. I was like, man, I don't even know that was Australia. I forgot. Come work for me, child. Now hiring 5-year-olds. Anybody knows of any? Well, I got one there. Tomorrow's Promise. But she's in this habit, Rick, of let's just she's off the pull-ups except at night. We already tried that one time. She was kicking and screaming. Said, I'm going to sleep, Daddy, in my underwear. Okay, fine. Bridget said, no, she's not. I said, Bridget, just let her do it. Just let her, and we'll see what happens. Well, the wife was right. She's always right. Woke up the next morning, and not good.
Yeah.
And so we're back. We're on the pull-ups there. But Braylon's gotten in this really weird habit of, it's been like 4 times in the past 2 weeks, of let's just go ahead and go potty in the car seat.
Oh, I don't blame her. I would too. How do you get out of that thing?
It's always wondering about when I drive your van, Rick. It's like, man, this is kind of weird.
Why is that damp?
Why does that seat have a big hole on it, a toilet seat on it? That's kind of weird for the driver's seat, And so
I actually enjoy you driving my van.
So we get through all this, and then last night I have to take it all apart. And it's not just taking the thing apart. This time it had managed to, liquids tend to find their way to the bottommost part of anything. And so it just decided it was just going to flow on down to the seat. And so for 30 minutes yesterday, I got to enjoy that privilege of cleaning my car seats, or my truck seats, which is already destroyed. And that was a good privilege to have. And then those car seats, I've disassembled and reassembled that thing so many times now I could do it in my sleep, but it still takes a while.
Yeah.
And so I disassembled everything, and then you got to throw it in some water and kind of rinse it off before you put it in the washer. And we also had to soak the clothes for a while, and then finally loaded it up into the washer. And then you put it on the sanitize cycle, which isn't 40 minutes. It's now 2.5 hours because of the sanitization cycle. So got all that done. Of course, went to sleep because I wasn't going to wait up for it. And then when I got up this morning, I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot. I got to put that stinking car seat back together. So we got here. But we got started on time.
You did get started on time.
I sent you a text this morning. I said, Rick, the kids are going nuts.
And I said, okay.
You said, okay. I thought I would get some sort of CB chatter, like 10-4, roger that.
I didn't know what kind of mood you were in. I got the impression you were a little rushed.
Yeah, it was a little rush. But you know, when I came in here and I saw your smiling face, Rick, I turned that frown upside down.
Good.
So thank you.
Good.
Then Jack Durish walked in, and I said, man, I better quit complaining. You just better quit complaining when Mr. Durish is in the house. So we're going to have Jack Durish here this morning, joining us from our local VFW. Just wonderful, wonderful man, and a lot going on there. We're going to talk about that and also talk about what Jack's been up to. So looking forward to that. Rick, what have you been up to, my friend?
Oh, not too much. Been trying to get moving is what I've been up to. Moving items and getting the other house ready for things. And
are y'all at the other house yet?
No.
Or are you still across the street from it? It's like across the
I'm
street.
across the street from you.
But see, you're blocked though, because across the street's really my neighbor. And then you're
Across the alley.
Across the alley. I was like, man, I'm so sad y'all are leaving. But then we've only had a couple of alley visits before.
I know. I mean, you never come to see me.
I know. And I didn't realize that Lois's sister lives 2 streets down or 2 houses down from you guys at the corner. I had no idea. Man, here's the inspiration this morning. Get out and get to know your neighbors. And I'm going to do this personally myself because there's still a few people. We've lived out there 4 years. And I just feel like that's one of the things nowadays that's just everyone is in this. We got so much going on, right?
I've been out there 20 years, and I don't know everybody.
It's tough, isn't it? I mean, it really is because you get up in the morning, and you do your thing during the day, and then you come home and you just kind of keep to yourself. And I'm guilty of this, and I want to encourage somebody today, make an effort to go and say hello to a neighbor that you haven't said hello to ever, or a neighbor that you haven't said hello to in a long time. And it happened to us the other day. There's a couple that walks some dogs outside, and wonderful couple. I forgot their name, but they're a very nice couple, and I see them all the time. In fact, they got a little Chihuahua, and they put it in a little baby stroller to walk. Have you seen these folks?
Yes, I have.
Very.
I used to do that to my Chihuahua.
Yeah, incredibly nice people. And I always just wave at. Well, I took the time to talk to them the other day, and we ended up having a good 10, 15-minute discussion.
I've noticed that people that are out walking are usually pretty friendly.
Now, if they're running, you don't.
No, I try to stay out of their way.
They're busy. My buddy Brad Didier, we've had him on the show before. He's a old, what do you call it, Iron Man? Brad's a nice guy, but if he's running, he'll say hi to you and wave, but he's going to keep on running. That guy works out like 17 hours a day.
Oh, my.
But he's a great man, and I know that I can say hi to Brad, but if he's running, don't stop him. Now, if he's in his front yard or doing something outside, then you can stop and talk to him. But if he's running, you're on a mission if you're running. You leave him alone.
If you see me running, try to kill whatever's chasing me.
Oh, man. You know we have some aggressive deer out there in Elkins?
Yes, we do. They act like they own the place.
Man, these bucks are all walking around in a group, and because they're looking for the doe, and so they're trying to be macho. Oh, look at me, I'm the big bad buck. Well, you ain't big bad when father-in-law comes across you, that's for sure, buddy. My father-in-law put down many a good deer, and many a good deer meat have been in my belly thanks to father-in-law.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other day I was out walking. There's a whole group of them, and I'm walking at night, or early in the morning. I'm thinking, man, I'm going to get a little early morning walk in. Couldn't even enjoy it because these big old group of bucks just glaring at me. And you think you can scare them, like, ooh, like that. Not this one, man. This punk turned around and came towards me.
Took it as a challenge, did he?
Yeah, and I was like, dude, I thought we were the ones that like had dominion over you, man. And he's putting me in my place.
Well, there are videos on the internet of deer attacking people.
My beautiful wife's brother, my brother-in-law, when he was younger, he was a hunter, and he still hunts, but he decided he was going to go medieval on the hunting style, and he got up in a tree and jumped down on one of them and got him one time. And
deer are a lot stronger than they look.
Yes, that takes a whole lot of man to be able to leap out of a tree and tackle a deer, and but hey, more power to him, right?
Yeah. I hunt deer with a camera.
Yeah, that's the way I like to hunt. I let everyone else do it. It's not that I hate on it. I'm okay with hunting.
I'm okay with it too. I just don't do it because it's messy.
I'm too sensitive to animals and things. I'm like, oh, that poor little guy. I went dove hunting.
It'd be a lot more fun if they were equally armed.
Yeah. Well, I went dove hunting. About teared me up. I was like, because my father-in-law comes over. I said, well, this guy's still flapping. He goes, come here. It's like, man, that's what you got to do, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of it. So don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, I love to eat. I'll eat dove, man, bacon-wrapped dove. That's good. I love some good deer meat, deer sausage. But that's just something that I just can't. I'll just leave that up to the manly men.
Not anything I enjoy watching on TV either.
Yeah, we got a guy here that hunts, and he has some videos on YouTube. I enjoy watching his. I'll pull him up every once in a while. And his are because you know the guy, right? So it's really cool. And I probably would go hunting with him.
Well, you know what's really boring to watch on TV? Golf.
Oh,
But
here, hold on.
I would watch it a lot more if landmines were involved.
Yes, I'd watch it a lot more if Adam Sandler was actually on the PGA Tour. I mean,
That wind-up East guy to something else, isn't it?
yes. Who was that big old boy that still? I guess he's John Daly. I always enjoyed when John Daly played. Chi Rodriguez. See, I liked those days. Mm-hmm. But now it's like Rory and Tiger and all. I don't keep up with it. And golf is the only sport. Now, people are going to disagree with me because when they go to baseball games, they'll kind of put on a jersey, right, or whatever. But they don't dress in the full pads. Golf is the only sport where people will actually dress like they're on the tour that are watching it.
Really?
Yeah, even their like 3-year-old boy will be wearing the hat. He's got the tucked in preppy shirt, the shorts. He's got on the preppy shoes. And I'm like, you're not playing. You're there to watch. There's like this style, man, you got to have if you're watching golf, Rick.
I'm not a golfer.
No.
I mean, I live out in Elkins Lake where you do, but I've never even walked on the golf course.
Have you really not? How long have you been out there, man?
20 years.
You want to go just as like a
I think
party?
we should go out there and drive some balls.
You want to?
We should.
Yeah, I've only went once.
I've never been.
I was so embarrassed that I said, man, I'm going to lose business if somebody's out there hitting golf balls.
Well, Roy Hernandez offered to teach me golf.
Yeah?
And I just never took advantage of it.
Well,
I should have. I have no idea how to play.
You just hit the ball, but it's harder than it seems. See, when I was up in Fargo, that's all they talked about. I was with these guys in this radio station. That's all they talked about was the golf. And I remember when I got hired, they're like, "Oh, well, part of your hiring package is you get a membership to the country club here." And I was like, "Oh, great,
Fabulous.
I'll go eat." I mean, I'm not into it, man. I'm not hating on it.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I've never been golfing. I would have probably got a lot farther in my career if I knew how to golf.
I was just sitting here thinking that there's something not clicking with me because I'm not into what people are into.
You're not alone.
I'm not into the trends, and I don't mean this in a rude way. If you're into the trends, that's fine. But I'm just not into whatever's in right now. I'm not in. Like, it took me 20 years to finally get these Magellan shirts. I mean, those have been in for 20 years, you know.
Oh, look at me. I'm still stuck in the 70s.
You still got that. We love you, Paul. Oh, yes, you do.
He did some work for me the other day.
He does good work.
He does.
All right. Well, hey, do us a favor. Let us know you're out there. Let us know what your rants are here on a Wednesday. We'd love to hear from you.
We've got a few ourselves.
My sister just said golf is popular in the Dakotas. My sister lived up there. They have a nine-hole golf in many small towns. Oh. And it would baffle you because it's frozen up there, 9 months out of the year. But those 3 months, buddy, boy, you better. Yeah. It's not frozen that much, but you know what I'm saying.
It's a lot colder than here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go out and hit how do you say bow? Let's go hit a few bows. Bowels, isn't that what's in your stomach?
Yeah, pretty much.
They don't say
that.
Bow.
Doesn't sound good.
Oh, you betcha. Let's go hit a few bowels out there. That's not how they talk. Sorry, Brian, if you're joining. Jerica, if you're joining, I'm giving y'all a hard time. Darla Jean. We have a lady named Darla Jean who joins us. Darla Jean was a truck driver. I met her up for a huge North Dakota State fan. Love her dearly. Sweet lady, but rough around the edges. She'll tell you how it is. But she has a van that says crazy. It's like Crazy Bison Lady, and it's her van that she drives around that's decked out for North Dakota State. And she goes, well, you're from Huntsville. I said, yes, ma'am, when I first met her. One, don't say ma'am. I've learned that. You don't say that up there. So
why not?
I don't know. But she said, don't call me ma'am. That's my mother. I said, okay. But we started talking. Well, I've been through Huntsville a lot. I said, well, not Alabama. She goes, no, Texas. I said, you know where it is? Yeah, East Texas, north of Houston, about an hour. I said, that's right. I said, how do you know that? Well, I used to drive trucks. And then out of all the places, I'm not hating, I love local, I'll support local. Out of all the places, she goes, I always stopped at the hitching post.
Well, back then they didn't have Buc-ee's.
Yeah. I always stopped at the hitching post there in Huntsville. Always got something to eat. And I said, you're the only person I've ever talked to from out of town that's told me that they've, and I'm not hating on, I'm just saying you wouldn't expect anybody to say I stopped. That's like somebody saying, well, I always stop at the Shell gas station there at the corner. No one says that.
Well, my son used to drive trucks, and we'd meet out at the hitching post.
So that's where a lady all the way in Fargo would stop at the hitching post, and that's how we connected. And then she made me a blanket when we moved back, and we still stay in touch. She's a very good lady. It's the blanket here in Huntsville that nobody would want, and this is the reason why. She combined North Dakota State and Sam Houston on one blanket, and it's Caden. She made a little blanket for Caden when he was born. And, it's a beautiful blanket. She sewed it. But, yeah, no one here would want that because that's bitter rival. I think it's hilarious. I'm going to go wave it. If there's any of you watching this morning that have became haters, I've got a few haters in town. Because
Do you?
When I went to Fargo, there were some people that.
Well, you came back.
Yeah. They were so hardcore into Sam Houston that they thought I was a traitor. I said, well, if you would have pulled out your checkbook and wrote me a check every month, I would have gladly stayed. But
yeah.
There's no way financially we could have. So what I'm going to do to those of you that for whatever reason I've never, whatever you're angry at me about, that's your own personal issue. But I'm gonna get out my blanket. I'm gonna start waving it when I see you around town. There's about 2 or 3 people that I don't know what it is, Rick. Don't know, but they said the one guy even told me, he's an older gentleman, very much older gentleman. He goes, I don't know if I can forgive you for that one.
Why?
I said, did Jesus forgive people?
Yeah.
Yeah, again and again and
I
again.
think
and
he
again.
did.
And I said, he was, well, that's just a cardinal sin, to go up there. And I said, whatever, man. Have a great day.
Oh, yeah.
Have
I
a
think
great day.
if you ask the right way, Jesus forgive a cardinal sin too.
Yeah. So there you go. And I need to ask for forgiveness every day. We all do as a Christian. I heard a pastor say this. Our pastor here, in fact, people always say that, well, the Lord gave me a second chance. Brother, he didn't give you a second chance. He gave you a third, a fourth, a fifth.
Every day he gives you a new chance.
10,000th chance. Gave me another chance this morning. How, when I was getting up, getting ready to leave, and the frustration started boiling over. In fact, I put some water on my arm, and it just started boiling this morning. It was amazing, Rick.
Wow.
All right, welcome in. We're about to get rolling here. It's not like we've been rolling already.
We're rolling on something.
Episode 506. By the way, thank you to UNK for coming out to the
We were there for the 500.
500. Still, balloons are still lit up. Big thanks to the Carltons for the balloons. They are still going. But
I saw Sky and her husband bring those in.
Had about 20 folks or so there, and it was just a fun time. We're going to do that twice a year now, we've decided. So we're going to do a little once every 6 months. We're going to do a little thank you breakfast for our audience.
Well, fantastic.
So we'd love for y'all to come out. We'll announce the next one in a few months. It's going to be a while. But we do want to welcome you in. Big thank you, as always, to our friends at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. And appreciate. Wait, what is it? Oh, Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Rick Boning.
Yeah.
In a world divided, multiply kindness.
See?
I like that, man.
That's a good one.
I like that. Tomorrow's Promise. More information online, tomorrowspromise.info. We couldn't be here on this very wonderful Wednesday without our friends at Tomorrow's Promise. Our children are going there. They're thriving. Had the showcase last night. It was a lot of fun over at the Academy. And I wanted to give a big shout out to our friend Miss Charlotte over there, who does a great job, and Braylon's teacher, Miss Avery, and all of Caden's teachers. They do such a wonderful job. Friends, if you're looking for a place for excellent child care, not a daycare, this isn't a place where you're just going to go leave them and hope they make it and go pick them up. You're going to...
I sincerely hope not.
Yeah, you're going to leave them. They're going to learn a lot. And when they come home and you pick them up, they're going to tell you about what they learned. That's what we get to enjoy every single day. And that's the education that you will get at Tomorrow's Promise. More information is online at tomorrowspromise.info. Also, a very big, huge shout out to our good friend, Mr. Elliot Herzlich.
Yes.
From Elliot's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. I just kind of wanted to say that in a weird, Elliot's Jewelers. It's got a lot of
How does Elliot feel about that?
He would like it.
He probably would.
Because
he's a very easy go.
It's an extended conversation.
Yes.
I am the last one. The next time
With
you
Sean Connery there?
The next time you need jewelry, check out my fringe at Elliott's Jewelers. He's online at elliotsjewelers.com. I miss that guy, boy.
Yeah.
He was never the last one.
No.
All right, I don't know what that means. We'll step aside. We'll take a break. Hey, I got some great news this morning. Our friends at the Huntsville DBA, Downtown Business Alliance, big shout out to Pam Connor. Had her on the show yesterday. We have 2 more tickets to give away today to the Wine Down Whiskey Up, a little event happening here downtown this Saturday. And all you have to do is text in your name to win. We're going to pick 2 more winners today. Text that in, your name to win, to 936-339-0139. Again, that number, 936-339-0139. The former Zero Degree Creations phone and text line. I kept saying it.
The 0 degree has changed hands.
Somebody said, well, why aren't they doing it? I said, because it's in the change of hands.
Yeah.
So Rick's here. There's nothing bad. Rick didn't throw something at me and say we're off. He just said, hey, we're changing hands. So, but I still said it yesterday. I said, text in on the 0 degree. So we'll give them an extra push there,
Yeah, why not? Well, it's that logo won't be around.
Yeah, the logo is no mo coming up. But text us, again, your name to 936-339-0139. Again, 936-339-0139. Your chance. We're going to pick 2 winners today. And if you text in every day, that'll increase your chances of winning. By the way, that phone and text line is available for sponsorship. You can just email us, hello@hellohuntsvilletx.com. We'll take a nice break. We'll be back in a moment. Our friends from the VFW joins. Jack Durish is here with us on another episode of Good Morning Huntsville. It's brought to you by
Tomorrow's Promise.
Montessori Schools. Over
27 years
of excellence. Boy, we're flowing, brother.
Yeah. Well, I've only been there 20.
We'll take a break. Stay with us. More to come. It's Good Morning Huntsville. Please don't go anywhere.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life.
Hey, I'm Denise Olivas, Business Account Specialist at Walker County Federal Credit Union. One of the best things I hear from our members is how they love being treated like they're important, like their family. Sure, our members love things like low rates on loans too, but combine that with the friendliest and most helpful service in town, and you've got Walker County Federal, taking care of our members. It's what we do. We are Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their 3rd house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope. Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
Welcome back, friends, as we continue on this morning. Time now is 8:02. Thanks to all of you also that are listening on Spirit Radio FM, through the Spirit Radio app, and also if you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you may be this morning. We're so thankful that you have decided to join us this morning as we continue to promote and uplift the good here in our community. 65 degrees this morning as you're waking up. A lot of rain and thunderstorms throughout the area yesterday. Thankfully, those storms did not turn out to be very severe as they came through our area. Today, though, we'll have a high of 84, low of 64 tonight. More of the same tomorrow. A little bit of rain returns to the forecast late Thursday night, but things are clearing up. We should have an absolutely beautiful weekend ahead. Just a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms early in the afternoon on Saturday, a high of 74. It's going to be nice and cool outside, but other than that, just keep an umbrella handy just in case, because the weather is always changing this time of the year. Again, welcome back in. Let us know you're out there. Do us a huge favor this morning and like and share this broadcast. And again, just let us know that you are out there. We'd love to hear from you or interact with our audience here in just a few moments. Well, it is always our joy and privilege to have our friends here this morning from the VFW. Mr. Jack Durris is joining us. Also, Bobby Bruneski here with us today. Good to have you, gentlemen. Did I say that right, Mr.
Yes,
Bruneski?
you did.
Got it. Perfect,
Thank you.
man. Awesome. Well, good to see you this morning. Jack?
You did better than me. I've known him 4 years. I never could pronounce it.
You know what I forgot, Jack? You know how I always am, my friend. The power of live production and switching things. Good morning, Jack. How you doing?
Good morning.
I just wanted to give you the official Jack Durris intro. That's why I did that. So we have to pay. I didn't know if you knew this, Mr. Bruneski, but we got to pay a lot of money when Mr. Durris is here on this show. He hits us up for about $1,000, and he said that the fee is going up to $2,500.
Oh, great!
So I took out a second mortgage, Jack, to have you on this morning.
Good. We could use it.
Well, it is good to have y'all on this morning. I'm so excited. Some really good news to share here in just a few moments. But first, we'll start. I'd like to chat with you in just a few moments. Is it okay to say Bobby or Mr.
Yeah,
Bruneski?
Bobby.
Okay,
Bobby's fine.
My dad always told me to ask first. And even when I was 30 years old, he still had a belt, and he told me he'd use it if I didn't do what he told me. So I always listened to him growing up.
And he still doesn't remember. I'm Captain Jack.
Okay, that's your Captain Jack.
That's right.
I'm
the real one.
Well, Captain Jack, how have you been? What have you been up to?
Old. And what have I been up to? Let me tell you, when you end up heading up an organization, any community organization like the VFW, you end up doing at least a lot of jobs that have nothing to do with being the president or the commander or the grand poobah. And I've been cleaning up some things to turn over to Bobby, and I just been discovering how much I missed. And it's I didn't sleep much last night after some of the things I found.
Yes, sir.
So I got some, after he takes over, I'll probably be several months still catching up.
So you're giving Bobby a lot to look forward to.
Well, he's jumping from from the fire into the frying pan. His job, what he's been doing up till now, is worse than commander. He's been the quartermaster.
Yeah, that's a tough job. So,
and the quartermaster in the VFW owns all the property of the post, all the money. He's the one who's bonded and responsible. So, and this is a lot of detail. You know, all the exciting stuff like bookkeeping.
You just wake up in the morning, oh boy, I can't wait to get to the numbers. I'm just looking forward to it. I cannot wait. Well, Bobby, it's so nice to have you on this morning, sir. You know, I'd connected with Jack right away whenever he got active in the local chamber. Jack's done such a wonderful job. Or Captain Jack, sorry about that, sir. Captain Jack has done such a wonderful job just promoting the VFWs. He's worked tirelessly, as many of you guys have, obviously, but such a valuable organization. My dad was part of 85, 87 in Georgetown for many, many years, the post commander there, and I miss my dad very much. We lost him last June, and I think of him obviously every single day, and his picture is still hanging there. When you walk into the hall, they have all the commanders there, like a lot of organizations do, and you know, I saw that about a year ago when I was over in that area, and it just made me realize, you know, I think in life sometimes we got to pause and take a moment. And we all need to do this. We always have some inspiration on this show, Bobby. And part of the inspiration that I have this morning is just pause and take a moment and have gratitude and be thankful for everything that we have, because the freedom isn't free.
Absolutely.
Many people paid a price, and I have the utmost respect and admiration, and I know you guys don't seek it because you served, because you love the country, but I have so much respect for our veterans and for those that have served in the military. And so first and foremost, on behalf of my dad and me and our family, thank you both for your service and everything that you guys do.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Well, Bobby, let us know. Let's get to know Bobby a little bit. Captain Jack probably didn't give you any preview questions. You know, we used to get real down and gritty here on the show, but we toned it down. We used to ask you all your details, social security number, all that. But Jack and I got sued last couple months ago for doing that, so we had to tone it down. Just kidding. But but let us know just a little bit about you and maybe your connection to Huntsville, your service, and those kind of things, if you don't mind, Bobby.
Sure. Well, I was 20-year Air Force, retired, enlisted. I was in my parents actually lived here for the last 20 years before they passed. And I came down actually to get the property ready to sell, and just took one look at this place and decided this is where we wanted to be. So we moved down here from up north, and been here for 6 years now.
Oh, that's great.
Yep.
Well, good. Where at up north? I got to ask because I was in Fargo for a year.
Oh, that's way. Yeah. After I retired from the military, I went to work in Massachusetts, but I wasn't going to live in Massachusetts, so we were living in New Hampshire.
Awesome. Okay.
Yep.
See, that's what Jack. I love this about Huntsville, because we have so many folks from so many different parts of the country that are moving here. Just all over.
When Arlene and I moved here, we moved here 4 years ago, and we moved from Southern California. And, you know, kids here dream of being in the glitz and glamour and all that. Little do they know. And we'd always get the question, why Huntsville? And the answer simply was, why not? You got no idea how good you have it here.
It is a laid-back, hard-working, I just say it like it is, good old community. You know, I don't think there's any better way to describe it. Everybody here, I was talking the other day, and I've always said this, if you're seeking the bad, you're going to find it. Mm-hmm. But if you seek the good in this community, boy, you're going to find so much good. People helping out. And you get to see it, you know, Jack, when you go to those chamber breakfasts, I know you're there once a month and promoting the VFW through that, and you've seen a lot of this.
Oh, yeah. And it's funny. We were driving to get our mail one day, and somebody waved. I waved back, and Arlene says, "You know who that was?" I said, "No." "Well, why'd you wave?" "You wave. They're your neighbors." Of course you wave. I've had the kind of teacher. I was born to this. I was born in the South, and she was born and raised in Los Angeles. She did a lot of traveling, but still ultimately she was a Southern California girl. And so I still tell the story. we were sitting out of Tractor Supply one day selling raffle tickets to raise money for the VFW. And it was a little slow, so she said, I'm going to go see what do they have in a Tractor Supply. Now, back where I come from, it was farmers' co-ops. It was about the most approximate thing to the Tractor Supply. So she disappears in there for about a half hour. She comes out, and she sits down next to me, and she said, you know, they got the cutest clothes in there. And I'm like, what?
We bought some in there for our children.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, who are you? What they doing with my wife? And I tell the story now. I go back to Tractor Supply regularly, looking through closets and corners, seeing if I can find my wife. Because this woman looks like my wife, sounds like my wife, smells like my wife. But this is not my wife. But I could never listen to country music. That's all I can have on the radio now. And she has her favorite groups and her favorite songs, and she's gone native.
Well, she is fit very well right here in Huntsville, Texas. Well, Bobby, I know it's an exciting time for you. I know also serving as quartermaster, I believe, and that's a huge deal with the VFW, kind of in charge of a lot. Maybe just talk a little bit about this transition coming up and how it came to be with you and that transition. What are we just a week or two away now? Is that coming up pretty quick?
Week and a half, 20th. What is today? The
6th, I believe.
They say 7th.
7th.
Yeah, I know my last dividend went in today. 7th. Yes.
Yeah, I get sworn in at the next meeting.
That's great.
Next meeting, 20th.
We'll talk a little bit about that. I know, too, you had served in the Air Force, correct?
Mm-hmm. So 20 years.
So 20 years in the Air Force. How did you get plugged into the VFW? And then we'll talk about the transition in a minute, but just how did you get connected to the VFW?
Well, sort of like you were talking about with your father, my dad was a VFW member. So when I went over to the Gulf War, I came back, and first thing we did was join the VFW, but I didn't take that serious until after we got out of the service. So I was a life member from that time on.
Huntsville is growing. So many folks, just as yourself and many others, moving here, and it's an opportunity too for veterans. This community, I love how connected we are to veterans. In fact, we're going to have a gentleman here from the Mighty Oaks Foundation come speak at our church. Jeremy Stallnecker, he's the CEO of Mighty Oaks. Lives out in California, Jack. He's coming on Memorial Day weekend on the 25th. Mm-hmm. And so we're inviting all veterans to come here. If you already have a church, we're not pulling you away. But if you don't have a place, or maybe you just want to come here, Jeremy, he's also a pastor, but he's going to have a great message on the 25th. And it just speaks to the heart of this community. The Hearts Veterans Museum, this community cares deeply about veterans. And with you being here, it's so exciting because here we are a week and a half away and in a transition. Jack has done an incredible job. Maybe highlight a little bit about how this transition works and maybe some of the ideas that you have for the VFW and some things that you would like to see continue.
Well, we're pretty much going to continue everything as it's going. I mean, the Post is doing great right now. We're growing. We were getting a lot of the new members coming in. As far as the transition, it's just going to take a lot of weight off of me pretty much because, I've been doing the quartermaster for 6 years, and it's time for some of the younger people to pick up some of that stress. Like he was saying, the quartermaster in most posts is a lot of work. Quartermaster's over the building, the bar, everything. So there's a lot that goes on. Fortunately for us, we don't have a building, so we don't have to deal with the bar part of it. So we can focus just on helping veterans, and that's what we're pretty much all about out there.
That's great. I was telling Jack before. So do I say Captain Jack, or just Jack? Captain Jack.
See, now, understand, I'm twice a captain.
Yes.
So you better say Captain Jack.
You got that right.
All right. So
I was a Coast Guard licensed captain before I even went in the Army.
There we go. All right. So. Well, Captain Jack, it's so neat. I remember growing up, and Bobby, maybe you can relate with this. Maybe both of y'all can relate with this. We had, in Georgetown, we had the building, but the bar was called the Canteen.
Right. Yep.
So they always called it the Canteen, and the Ladies Auxiliary always did such a great job cooking up. We had fish fries. And earlier, Jack, whenever you were Captain Jack, whenever you were telling Bobby, you said something about the fire he's got thrown into the frying pan. Yeah. The first thought that popped into my head was those fish fries that we had at the Georgetown VFW once a month, especially during Lent. I mean, everybody in town, that's where they came to eat. But this is an incredible organization for veterans. Obviously, that's what it's here for. But for the community, the VFW does so much in the community. For me, as a young person growing, I grew up in the canteen. I mean, that's where I learned. My dad taught me respect, and I got to see that respect firsthand from interacting with veterans and those that have served. I also learned how to play dominoes there.
Yeah, there you go.
And learned how to get animals out of the claw machine. We had one of those stuffed animal machines. Yeah. Now, the problem there was they allowed smoking for years and years. And so those stuffed animals, my mom would say, when you win those, let me put them in the washer first because the cigarette smoke would get into the stuffed animals. But then years later, they put in the filtration. That's right. It's same with a lot of places. But, I think it's an important time for the VFW too. I know a lot of recruitment for younger people and those kind of things. Maybe, Captain Jack, if you don't mind, maybe just highlight some of the success that you've seen over this past year here, just under your leadership with the Huntsville Post.
It's funny. You win some, you lose some. I set certain goals. If you're going to be a leader, you have to have a reason for leading. You can't lead people to a destination unless you can see it. And in politics these days, we sure get a lot of people who love having somebody play music when they walk into a room, or the accolades of being a congressman or whatever, but they have no vision of what it is that they're there for. Mm-hmm. And so that's contrary to my way of thinking. And one of the goals that I absolutely set, one of the most important ones, was to recruit younger members. We were old. Our post was really old. That post is about 80 years old now.
80 now, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and some of those guys have been there since then, I think. And I'm old too, and we need younger members. So when the then commander announced he was moving to Florida, Bobby and I stepped out in the hall, and I said, well, Bobby, it's going to be you or me. Well, Bobby has been, for the past number of years, the commander of the Combat Vets Motorcycle Group.
Oh, wonderful. Okay.
And he wanted to finish that, so he said, would you take it first? And I said, okay. But I got about gas in my tank for 2 years, and that's it. At the end of 2 years, I've got to leave it.
Is that what the typical term is, or is you can go as long as?
Oh no,
you can go as long as you want. Yeah.
The guy we were taking over from, he never moved to Florida. That was his ploy to get somebody else to take the job, because he had spent so many years in it, and nobody was willing to step up.
But see, it was believable because everybody says they're going to retire and go to Florida. If they're not coming to Texas, they go to Florida. So it's believable.
So he never did move. And he comes to the meetings once in a while. Oh, you're still here, are you? How'd you get to be commander again, Mike? Yeah. But we needed younger members, and I just went on a rampage. I was going to every place where I would think I would find younger veterans.
Yes, sir.
And I got to tell you, Bobby is you're from the Afghan period, right?
Gulf War. Yeah. Desert Storm, Desert Shield.
All right. Every one of our leadership crew now is a Gulf War Afghan vet. All us Vietnam vets, Korea vets, of course, World War II, there ain't too many of those around anymore. But that we've handed it off now, and we're the only post in this district, and quite honestly, I would guess probably the state, that can say all of our leadership is now the younger vets.
Wow.
So, and I was proud of that.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
I was happy. That was a win. My biggest loss, I wanted to get an auxiliary started, and we didn't. It'll still happen, I'm sure, because we're from the younger vets, we have younger spouses that can step in and become an auxiliary.
Like the ladies' auxiliary, is that what you're...
Well, you got to be careful. If you say ladies' auxiliary, you get in trouble. You can get smacked for that.
Okay. See, that's what I grew up with at the Georgetown
We have
post.
women vets. We have women vets.
Gotcha.
And their husbands are not vets.
Ah, okay.
So, And it was funny. I met one of the ROTC candidates. She was graduating last year, was sitting at a table with us, and her boyfriend, they're getting married right after graduation. He was an Army brat, a dependent, and now he's going to be a dependent as a spouse. So he's spending his whole life, and absolutely he qualifies to be a member of the auxiliary.
See, I never thought about that. Never knew that.
Yeah.
Because in Georgetown, they always called it the ladies' auxiliary.
Well, they've really pushed the idea of getting away from
that
saying
term.
that,
Yeah.
because it sets a tone
that it's only lady.
for women.
Yeah, and I never thought about the
Yeah.
women who serve and their spouses. That makes perfect sense.
And it can be the children of vets, children and spouses, and grandchildren, I suppose.
Yeah, I think 2 degrees.
Is it 2 degrees?
I think so.
Yeah. But so that was one of my losses. I didn't make that one happen. But this getting the younger members involved, and there's something else about this that kind of got to me. When Vietnam vets first went to the VFW, the American Legion, we were dismissed. World War II vets and Korea vets, they looked and said, "You're not real vets. You didn't fight in a real war." And a lot of Vietnam vets, you can't get them to join to this day because of that treatment. And it goes kind of hand in hand with the treatment we received when we came home. Although I never experienced that, because people approached me and I knew what they were going to do, and I have cop's eyes, and I use them. This is something you don't want to mess with. It's like there was one comedian. He was a Vietnam vet. I saw him at the Improv, and all his act was about being in Vietnam, serving in Vietnam. And he said, one day they came and said, "Hey, you're not going on this patrol. You're getting that helicopter. Why? You're going home. Why? Your tour is up." And he says 48 hours later, he was standing in the concourse of the airport at Atlanta, Georgia. And he said he was halfway to the luggage claim area, and he had to stop. He was disoriented. And he was just standing there looking around trying. He said, "I could still smell the jungle on me, And all of a sudden, this guy came up, and he's in my face screaming, 'Murderer!' So I murdered him."
Well, there you go.
And his whole act was that droll.
Yeah.
But when people thank us for our service, what? I've never run into any Vietnam vets who are comfortable with that.
My dad was that way.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You treat these kids like that. Kids, get this? Kid?
Bobby's liking this. He said, "Thank you, Captain Jack."
I'm getting ready to go on Social Security. He's calling me a kid.
That's right. I've been there a lot of years. I looked at it the other day. I've been retired now 20 years.
Wow.
It's like, whoa. And I retired at 62.
Yes, sir.
Not willingly. That was when a certain person was elected. And although they say he built this beautiful economy, that was the day I could not find another contract.
Yeah, man.
So, any rate, yeah. But I'm proud of this group that's coming in and taking over the leadership of this post, and we do have younger, and we still have got more to do. There's over 1,000 young vets at Sam Houston. We have a lot of vets who came here to pursue second careers in the penitentiary system. There's a lot of vets here, and it's hard for some of them. You're just starting your career, your education, whatever, to take time. But try to tell them, look, it's just to come and have someone to talk to, because these civilians, you can't talk to them. They don't speak your vocabulary. they don't understand, and they won't believe half of what you tell them. So
Yeah.
you can work it out with us. You can tell us anything.
We need the VFW. We need veteran organizations, and VFW I know does tremendous work. As you were talking, Jack, I was just kind of reminiscing about just being up there with my dad growing up, and I still have the phone number memorized.
Oh, wow.
2535 was the last. I know the first. I won't say it, but 2535. And my dad would always say, "If you need me, I'll be at the VF." He always left out the W. He just said the VF. It was quicker to say that. I'll be at the VF. But he was up there, and you're right. There was a lot of things that, as my dad got older, told me that he battled with, and he said that he needed that outlet. He needed to be up there and talking to guys because they could relate with him. And he said no. And he told me very specifically one time. He said, "No offense to you, son, but there's some things that I can tell you about, but it's not going to help, and it's not a bad thing. But I need to go talk to people who've experienced what I've experienced to help." Yeah. And I
people
remember him telling
been
me
there.
Mm-hmm. And the VF is so important. I say, see, now I'm thinking of my dad when he said the VFW is so important to be in this community as well.
You just said something. It's kind of, a game people can play just for the day. Do you remember your childhood phone number?
I do, yeah. It's still the same number. My mom still has it.
Really?
I remember my great-grandmother's phone number.
Wow.
And my grandma's number. My great-grandma was 6238. Somehow I remember these numbers, which is crazy. But I can't remember people's names 5 seconds after. I mean, Bobby, I'll remember yours.
Yeah, well, that's me. I've got memory issues too.
My dad called it CRS. Now, I won't say what that stood for.
Oh, we know.
I'll just say that it can't remember stuff is what my dad would say. But he said, I got that disease called CRS, and it's getting worse. Well, I did want to highlight a couple of other things. We have a few more minutes here. We talked about the change of command, and Bobby, very excited to have you. Are those meetings open to the public, by the way, during these change of command, or is that specifically for the VFW? How does that work?
Given the limitations of our meeting space, it's the membership.
Just the membership. Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll definitely, if y'all are okay with it, I would like to put together a little article though, and just highlight the change of the membership coming up. And
well, you can come.
When is that going to be
make
again?
Room for you.
When is that going to be again?
It'll be the evening of the 20th. It's a Tuesday.
So Tuesday, May the 20th.
Third Tuesday of the month.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Jack, I may get with you on that because I think it'd be good to highlight that because, Bobby, we're just so thankful to have you in this community and what you're doing and carrying on that torch. And, I think a leader always wants to leave something and then have you carry that on and shine it even brighter. And I know that's the wishes of Captain Jack as well. A couple other things that are going on. The raffle coming up. Let's talk a little bit about the raffle, whoever wants to take the lead on that. But this raffle is going on right now.
Okay, the raffle is on.
And so you got to take this over too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's got to get crews out there selling tickets. Right now, we're doing most of the ticket sales online. And it's for a hindquarter of beef and a 7 cubic foot freezer to put it in.
Wow. So you got the whole shebang, everything you need.
Yep, everything you need. The tickets are $10. Now, we have quantity purchases. You buy 2, you get the third one at half price. So that's 3 for $25. It's 6 for $50 or 12 for $100. Now, the best deal going. Now, if you go to our website, the VFW5871.org, right there on the front, on the landing page, you'll see a cow. Click on the cow, and that'll take you to the raffle page. And you'll see some choices, the tickets you can buy. By the way, the drawing is on Veterans Day. Great. November the 11th. Okay? Now,
right
below
there.
that, if you go below that to keep going down.
No, he was just above it.
He was just
earn extra tickets.
Oh, there you go.
Right
extra
there.
tickets. Gotcha.
All right, now, that's the best deal. If you subscribe to donate $10 a month, you get a ticket for every month that the subscription is active.
Wow, that's a really good
Plus 2 free tickets. So,
and
if at the end of this period, let's say you were to buy today, you would have 6 months, so you'd spend $60 to get 6 tickets, and you'd get 2 extra tickets, so you'd have 8 tickets total. So instead of having to spend $100 to get 2 free tickets, you're only spending $80 to get 2 free tickets. Now, here's the best part of this deal. Every month, all the subscribers are going to be eligible to win a mini raffle. Now, this is what's funny. As I've gone out and talked about this raffle, typically the women are more excited than the men. I think some men are disappointed. It's not a gun raffle. And one day I said, don't we have enough gun raffles? Everybody could use another gun.
Absolutely.
Texas.
Rick agrees to that.
Right?
Yeah, Rick's down for that.
But you know what? There's something I've discovered that men get just as excited about. Some get more excited about than guns.
Beef.
No.
Oh. What is this?
You know, I tell you, I was a sailor, right? And even more than that, I was a topmast sailor. I'm the guy who climbed the masts on square rig ships to go climb up and go out on the end of a yard, standing on a rope, wrestling sails to drop them or to furl them or to fix ropes that were wearing out, all that stuff. And one thing that was absolutely, there were 2 tools I always had on my belt. Mm-hmm. A marlin spike, which looks like a big nail that you use to get in there and pry ropes apart or open up knots that are set. Because you got to understand, a lot of these ropes, they're full of salt. Mm-hmm. They're like rock solid with salt, and a lot of them are tarred over. And I really always wanted a sharp knife. And I spent a lot of money on knives and never had anything as sharp as this.
Goodness, look at that.
I shave with a straight razor.
I thought you said you'd shave with that thing. I was like, easy, Jack.
All right,
you could.
Ready? I shave with a straight razor. 4-inch blade, 15-degree, 3/4-inch wide,
sharpness, yeah.
and a 15-degree angle on that blade. That's sharp. And everybody knows how sharp a razor is, right? This is a 12-degree blade. So this is even sharper.
Wow.
The first time I was slicing up beef with this, it was partially frozen. And I went, pfft, oh, my God. So, yes, could I shave with this?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I could shave with this. And you got to feel the heft of this thing.
Yeah, let me check
this. This is no skinny knife.
No, look at that. Wow.
Feel the weight of it.
Yes,
the
sir.
balance of it.
That's good balance right there, too. I like how it has this, too. I mean,
that little hole in there.
Yeah, just to help with it.
Yeah, and these are made in a traditional style. These are not stamped or laser cut out of a sheet of metal. These are actually made the old way.
Wow.
These take actually several weeks to make a single blade.
I mean, it looks like it's handmade.
It does. It is.
Wow. And what is it? What brand is this? I mean, where did you find this? How did you come up with it?
Well, I saw this ad, and it's like, it's a knife, and I'm always hot for knives, right? And the price is ridiculous. Come on, I've spent hundreds of dollars on good blades, and they were never that good. I got 2 wooden blocks of Cutco blades. There's almost $1,000 there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that Cutco, that special serrated blade, their patented blade, that really is excellent. Mm-hmm. That's sharp. Wow. And my slicer, others, they're great. But their straight blades are not as sharp as this, nowhere near. But this here, so when I go and I get the ladies all excited about a hindquarter of beef in a freezer, and I say to the guys, you watch over here. Ladies, let me tell you about the beef. And their eyes are riveted right here. I mean, that's just vicious looking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now we have another type blade. I only brought this one. The other one has got a straighter edge to it. And twice a week, I make a frittata and in it I include sun-dried tomatoes, and they're like leather. My Cutco blades will not cut them. I sit there and I got a saw on them. With this thing, boom, you can actually hear the crunch as it goes right through.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, I've got plastic and I got wooden cutting boards. I got to get myself a titanium cutting board, because the problem is this thing is just
go right through it.
It's cutting up the plastic and the wood.
Wow.
And you'll start getting wood chips in your food or plastic chips.
So is there some of the is this included with the raffle, or how does this work? Or is this a separate
If you
raffle?
subscribe, if you just buy tickets, you're not eligible to participate in this. If you subscribe
to the monthly
plan, so it's like buying your raffle tickets on time. Hey, you have $100. It's a little. See, I remember you tried to give me $100 that first day. Told you, hang on to your money. I got a better deal, and you still haven't taken it. I'm talking to your friend sitting over there.
Captain Jack Rick said, "Boy, have I got a deal for you."
So, and if your brother had leapt out of that tree onto that deer and had this, let me tell you, could you imagine? And I thought, he has one now, and I thought, I bet you I hear back from Bobby tomorrow that he went out and killed a deer just so he could cut it.
So he could see.
It's not seasoned yet, but
yeah,
coming.
Don't go yet, Bobby. We don't,
You got your own property. Nobody's going to know. But yeah, so that's.
Yeah, we got plenty out there at our place.
But let me tell you, here's the real important message, though. Everything we earn from this, the beef has been donated. And if I can't find somebody to donate the freezer, I'll donate it. It's only $200 for a chest-type freezer.
Mm-hmm.
They're cheap. The money we earn from this goes to help local veterans in need. And whatever we make, we spend. Somebody donated a piece of property to us back
a long time ago.
And somebody started saying, shouldn't you be paying taxes on that? Oh, we better sell it. So we sold it $20,000. That $20,000 was spent very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Helping veterans.
And
in the local community.
Yeah. That's good.
It's not going to national. It's not going to the state. It's here in Walker and Madison County. We served Madison County, too, because during the pandemic, their posts, like many posts that have the buildings and the bars and everything shut down.
Yeah.
Because for a couple of years they could make no income, and they've had to shut down and lose everything. So Madison County doesn't have one. And when we go to Madison County sitting out to sell raffle tickets, they're very generous. So we felt really we should be helping up there,
That's
too.
good. Well, we got about 5 more minutes. I did want to highlight one other thing. Also, you brought a book. Jack's an author, by the way, and we'll share the Amazon link. Thank you for the book. Is this a new one that you've written?
No, this is the first of a series.
Okay.
See, this is just to get you started so you'll buy the rest.
Yeah, there you go. That's perfect.
So real quick, long story short, you buy the tickets monthly. There's a monthly raffle. The prize is a knife. Right now.
Okay, that's where the knife.
That's
and
where
there
the
may
knife
be
comes
others.
in.
I'm going to be out looking for other prizes. Go around to places, restaurants that'll give us like some free meal tickets. So
you've got 8 chances to win, and I happen to win the first months.
There you go. Perfect.
Yep.
And then I did want to mention, too, just very briefly, the VFW, funds go to help local veterans, but there's also scholarships that go out to the community as well.
Yeah. Actually, it's another piece of exciting news. The VFW National has moved from a paper system. It used to be the kids would have to get the applications and fill it out and attach their entries and all that, and then we'd have to process a ton of paper through. And my least favorite part of this job, because I also run the scholarship programs, was there's a word limit on the written essay.
Mm-hmm.
And How do you do that in a piece of paper?
You'd have to count it.
You got to count
Oh,
words
man.
to make sure they qualify. We hate to pass a winner up the chain for other consideration, and they come back and say, well, there's too many words or not enough words.
Yeah.
So now they're using the same scholarship application that many colleges are using now. And so the kids will be able to enter online. They'll be able to submit online. I'll be able to use a computer to count words. Yay. And then we will judge online. Everything is going to be automated from now on.
Perfect.
Which is real nice.
Yeah, that's good.
And we have the competition Patriots pen for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. That's a written essay with, to the published theme. And the top prize, the national winner, is $5,000.
Boy, that's great.
Cash. The high schools, 9 through 12, they are doing a essay this year on the same subject, but it's spoken. And for them, the top national winner is a $35,000 scholarship.
Wow.
That can be applied to either college or trade school.
That's great.
And I'm really happy with that.
Absolutely.
Because they get a better education in trade school than they get in many colleges now. So.
Well, Jack, thank you so much. We're going to share information about the book, too, on our social media page. Jack is a very distinguished author, does a great job. This is part of a new series that's coming out. And you can get this on Amazon, I believe.
Yeah, it's on Amazon in paperback.
Wonderful.
Well, 2 of them are in paperback. The third one, I have got the artwork for the cover, but I haven't gotten it up yet.
Great.
And then now that I'm no longer commander,
in a week and a half,
I can start on my 4th in the series, which will be my Vietnam book. This one is centered around Korea. The second one is centered around the Hungarian Revolution. The third is the Cuban Revolution. The 4th will be Vietnam. And then the 5th will be the hunt for Che Guevara.
Wonderful. Well, we'll share the link on the social page for sure, and encourage people pick this up. This is Jack Durish right here local, and this is great, Jack. So
we'll talk about inscriptions.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Look, there's Jack right there.
That's absolutely.
Man, that guy looks like about $3 million right there.
Well, it's before I had the beard.
Look at this guy. So he's looking good, my friend. Well, Jack, thank you so much, and you're always a friend of this program. And Bobby, you're now a friend of this program. We'd love to have you on. Y'all are always welcome anytime.
By the way, if you want to audition for the audio version, just read a chapter on air.
Okay. I looked into that back in the day of narrating on Amazon, but I talked to some guys that do it, and it requires a lot of work and a lot of time in the closet because most of them do it in their closets at their homes. And yeah.
But they actually sell these little studios now.
The little
it
boxes
just comes
that
in
you
a
get
box, you sit in there. But the number one problem people have with those is it's too dead. They actually need some kind of a background hum or something.
What we need to do is AI Sean Connery's voice and have him read that. I think that would sound good.
He came in like the last of the night. Death was at the door. All was well.
See, there, so we could do
that. He does that well.
Well, Bobby, thank y'all so much. God bless you guys very much. So great to have y'all in Huntsville.
Thank you for having us.
You bet. And we will definitely try to be out there on the 20th. I'll try to be out there. I definitely want to write some sort of a story and talk about the transition because I know you're going to do incredible work, Bobby. So thank you.
At 5 o'clock, we have a meal. 6 o'clock, the meeting starts.
Perfect. All righty.
All right.
Well, thank you, Jack. Where do y'all do that at? Is it out?
It's at the
Harts Veterans Museum.
We always meet at Harts Veterans
So at the museum.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, hey, support the VFW. Go subscribe today. Super easy. And all you have to do is go on their website. It's very easy to get to. It's just VFW5871.org. The raffle information, all that is there. Again, thank you, gentlemen, so much, Jack. Appreciate you. And thank you for your leadership, too, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. We'll take a brief break. Rick and I, we've got a special announcement coming up that we look forward to every single week here on the show. It's Rick's Top 10 when we come back. Stay with us. More to come. It's your show here on a very wonderful Wednesday. This is Good Morning Huntsville. Don't go anywhere, please.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust. Since 2010, the Oak Ridge Disciple House has helped men break free from addiction, not with quick fixes, but lasting change through Jesus Christ. They've celebrated 167 graduates at Oak Ridge and 138 more at Interfaith with an 80% success rate. That's compared to just 5% in most secular programs. The fact is, Jesus works. And now, celebrating 15 years, they're building their third house in Tennessee and just launched a women's program, Restoration Ranch in Texas. It's all for God's glory. And here's the heart of it. They never turn anyone away for lack of money. In fact, 95% of families receive scholarships. As one person put it, don't talk about it, be about it. Every penny counts. Donate today at oakridgedisciplehouse.com and help change a life forever. The Oak Ridge Disciple House. Online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Real recovery, real hope.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville. Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today.
Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit of Huntsville, Spirit 94.3. East Texas, where the party was still tall. There's a place that's filled with history where warm hearts call. From Big Sam to the Bearcats, pride runs deep and strong. In Huntsville, Texas, we sing our song. With love and hospitality, we open up our doors. In this beautiful town, blessings we explore. Sting of hornets, beat 'em up cats, Sound Houston State, where dreams are at. Good morning, Huntsville, we find our way, guided by God's love every single day. From parks and recreation, where children laugh and play, to the history.
Get ready, Rick. Here it is.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
In the piney
Was the West, Huntsville, Texas to the west. You like that?
I loved it. I do like the song.
Here it is. Get ready, buddy.
Sting 'em hornets, eat 'em up cats, Sound Houston State, where dreams are at. Good morning, Huntsville, we find our way, guided by God's love every single day.
See, I do the motions. Do you like that? Wait, here's the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, we paid that guy a lot of money to record
Did you?
that song. Oh, buddy. All right. We've been waiting long enough, Rick. You got your phone ready?
I do have a phone.
Your phone is ready?
My phone.
And in the words of Eminem, phone is ready. My palms are sweaty.
Are we going to do that again?
Hold on. Here we go.
I'm getting there.
Here it is. It's that time to shine.
I really want to know where you got that picture.
It's time for the Rex Top 10.
And do you know what today is?
No, sir.
It's National Tourism Day.
Oh, little tourism day, huh?
Little Tourism Day.
All right.
And
I gave you a new intro, by the way. Did you like that? It's kind of like a
when
dead.
when you went,
It's kind of a dead dog. It's Charlie. Charlie bit me.
Charlie bit you.
Yeah, Charlie.
Okay, the top 10 ways to celebrate National Tourism Day. Number 10, call your GPS Karen and let her pick your vacation because nothing says relaxation like a scenic route through 11 construction zones and a goat farm.
Do we have any goat farms here in Huntsville?
I don't know, but
I haven't seen one.
Up in the Panhandle, there were some pig farms, and you could smell them about 40 miles away.
That's bad.
No. That's oink. Number 9, start a travel blog called No Luggage, No Dignity. And review every gas station bathroom on I-45.
There's some pretty rough ones. I've
Yeah.
been to a few.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's is nice. You know, Buc-ee's always has a.
Well, there's a few
reputable.
that are nice, but some want to open with a stick.
Yeah, I lift it up. I use my foot. And I'm very acrobatic, and I've learned how to use my foot to open doors with the
Kind of like
handles.
the Karate Kid.
Yeah. Hi. I'm making a noise. They think I'm in there fighting.
Number 8, visit your own town like a tourist. Ask for directions to places you've been going your whole life and then leave a Yelp review complaining there are too many car washes in Huntsville and nobody's fixing that one pothole shaped like Abraham Lincoln.
There are a lot of potholes, and there are plenty of car washes.
There's a lot of car washes.
Let's do that today. Let's go walk down the street and be like, how do you get to the Cafe Texan? We've heard great things. What about the Honor Cafe?
Who
We're
would
gonna
you
go there.
find to ask that?
I don't know. We just at random. We'll just go in and ask Linda McKenzie over at the Republican office.
We could do that.
Linda, how do you get to the
Go
cafe?
into the courthouse and ask them.
Let's go to Linda's office and ask her how to get to the Republican office. Linda, we're visiting for out of town. How do we get to the Republican office?
She'll want to know what you're on.
We went over to Cloud 9 across the street.
Number 7, put on a Hawaiian shirt, socks with sandals, and loudly ask where the nearest Margaritaville is, no matter what state you're in. I do that now.
It would work here though because there's one down the road in Conroe.
Yeah,
so
I've been to that.
It would work. Yeah.
Number 6, set up a folding chair on your front lawn, hand out brochures of your neighbor's pool, and charge admission. Don't be doing that to my pool.
Yeah, y'all have a pool at your house now, right?
Yeah, it's not a good pool. It's going to be redone.
It's Whirlpool.
It's what we do our laundry with.
Yeah, it's Whirlpool.
Number 5, walk into a souvenir shop and try to return a keychain from a trip in 1998. Demand store credit.
I bet the visitor center was around back then. Somebody probably has a keychain from '98 they could bring back over there to Port Tracy. Tracy, you need to take this back and give me my money back.
Yeah, I think I paid 48 cents for it in
It's worth $7 now.
Yeah. Use only phrases like "when in Rome" or "it's about the journey, not the destination," until your family bans you from speaking. Did that make sense?
No.
I said use only phrases like "when in Rome" or "it's about the journey, not the destination," until your family bans you from speaking.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, when in Rome.
I don't know. Yeah. It's not about the journey, it's the destination. Or it's not about the destination, Rick. It's about the journey, okay?
It's about the journey to Rome when you get to your destination.
Yeah, whenever there. Okay, whatever.
Number 3, call a cruise line just to ask if you can bring your emotional support llama. Bonus points if you put the llama on the line.
Oh, we should call that one and prank him on the show. Emotional support husband, do not pet. See, this ties in, Rick. His hat says that. Okay.
Number 2, post 87 photos of the same sunset with captions like, "Can't believe I live in a postcard," even though it's literally the parking lot behind Taco Bell.
All right.
Okay. And the number one way to celebrate National Tourism Day, complain that the Sam Houston statue doesn't weigh back and say you're reporting it to the Huntsville Good, Bad, and Ugly Facebook group for false advertising.
All right.
That last one was a mouthful.
Oh, there you go.
Rick's top 10.
Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Ricangelinta. Just made that one up. Sounds good.
Sounds like I should be wearing different clothes.
Sounds like you need to call our friend Katie over at Black Rose, buddy.
No.
Oh, man.
Katie's camera would break.
Speaking of which, on a serious note, very, very nice memorial service for our friend Clay a couple of weeks ago, and was so thankful to be there for that, and hated to be there for that. Obviously, you don't want to lose somebody. But speaking of Katie and the family, there is a ride that's happening this Saturday. Gets underway, I think, get over there at about 8:30 to the Sam Houston Post, American Legion.
American Legion.
It's $25. I think if you have a motorcycle, there's a price to it, but that money's going to go to support the family. But they got a map. Tara talked about it the other day on the show, and we'll be stopping at different locations all over the area. In fact, that was Monday she was on the show, I believe. And so we'll be stopping all over different areas. And it's all family-friendly, too, by the way, the places that they've chose to stop at. So if you have kids, you can bring the kids. Bridget and I really want to go. We're going to plan on going. And that'll be all day. So from, I think they'll leave at about 10 and then get back around 1 or 1:30 or so. And then you still got time to do other stuff. There's a lot going on in Huntsville. In fact, the Main Street Music Series gets underway this Saturday night. Rain possible, but I think it's going to move out by then. So I think we're going to be good for Saturday.
I won't be here this weekend.
So much depression every time.
Sorry, I have to go visit my mother-in-law for Mother's Day.
Oh, you're going to Oklahoma?
I am.
I'm just not a Noki. I'm not from Muskogee.
Me either.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas, by the way, coming up.
Yeah, I'm an orphan. I don't have a mama or a daddy.
Well, we're gonna have service here on Sunday. We're honoring all the mamas, and we're going to do a special children's dedication too. We have 12 children to dedicate here at First. That's a good sign.
Yeah.
When we got babies coming into the church, that is a good thing because that keeps the pipeline going. You gotta keep
provided they stay in the church.
Yeah, you gotta keep them here, and we got the babies. So
they tend to rebel about 12, 15, somewhere in there.
Yeah, well, we'll keep them here. We got a little door there with a lock on it and plenty of food and water. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Hey, well, we're going to take a quick break. One final break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up. Appreciate Rick Boning, Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. More information online at tomorrowspromise.info. Always a joy to have Jack on the show, Captain Jack Durish from the local VFW, the Melvin White Post here in Huntsville. Jack, a storyteller. I love when Jack comes on. When Jack comes on, we got to make sure that we give some room there because he's always got great, and I don't say that rudely, I love listening to his stories. And that's why he's an author. He's a published author, and he left a book for us today. I didn't get him to sign it.
I wish I could read.
So, yeah, I can't wait to dig into this one and check it out. But appreciate Jack and also Bobby. What a great man. Bobby Bronecker now going to be the new commander in about a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, we do have a final opportunity. Wind down, whiskey up. We've got 2 tickets, 2 winners today that we'll be giving those tickets to. That's courtesy of the Huntsville DBA. Those are valued, by the way, at $40 a piece. We're giving one away to 2 winners. So 2 tickets, 2 winners. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're calling 2 different people.
2 different people. We're not giving 2 tickets to one person. We're giving 1 ticket to each person. That way, if you got a spouse, guess what? Just go pay for the other tickets. Perfectly fine.
Or leave them at home.
Yeah, leave them at home. You ain't got time. Nobody got time for that. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time. But no, text in right now. Just text in your name on our text line at 936-339-0139. It's 936-339-0139. Text in your name, your chance to win when we come back. As always, we are here. Big thank you to Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. We'll step aside, take a break. We'll be right back after this. Stay with us, won't you, please?
I'll be here.
Thanks, buddy.
Illuminate your child's future at Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools in Huntsville. Established in 1997 by Kay Boning, our award-winning center merges Christian values with 25 years of Montessori excellence, promoting wonder and discovery in every child. As the only Montessori school within 45 miles, we provide a fun and friendly environment, individualized Montessori methods, and love and care as if each child were our own. Safety is a priority, and with a recent $50,000 investment, our facilities inspire growth, creativity, and learning. Plus, as a nonprofit, we open Montessori doors to families of all economic backgrounds. Partner with the community pillar where every child's promise shines bright. Discover Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools today. Visit tpms.life. That's tpms.life. Hey friends, Rob Hipp, Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
This harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
This is KHSP LP, Huntsville, Texas, the spirit of Huntsville.
This is Jason Bay, the pastor at First Baptist Church, Huntsville, and you're listening to Spirit Radio, the spirit of Huntsville.
Support for SpiritRadio.fm comes from loyal listeners just like you. Want to help spread the good news across Huntsville and beyond? Underwriting opportunities are available for loyal listeners, businesses, and nonprofits. Visit SpiritRadio.fm and tap Donate today. Braylon, say, this is Spirit Radio.
This is Spirit Radio.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Wrapping the show up, it's going so long, and Rick's gotta go. See, Kay's not here today, so I said let's just keep it rolling. Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Well, she's always got a lot going on.
Yeah.
You and I are just kind of slackers.
I am a slacker, but I've still got things I got to do.
Hey, do you like this? Listen. Like it's
I feel like I should have a guitar.
Ready? It's a joyful
Do
day.
this one.
I just feel like rolling up my pant leg like this. Woohoo! This is so joyful this morning.
What is wrong with that?
Nothing. I love it. It's joyful this morning.
I'm joyful.
Rick, I came in with such a sour attitude. Did you pick that up this
Yes,
morning?
I did. You were a little upset this morning.
I don't normally have a lot of sourness, and this morning I had a sour attitude.
And I hope you feel better.
Right after I posted your attitude determines your altitude on social media. Said, good morning, your attitude changes your altitude. Have a great day.
Yeah.
And then my attitude was,
well, you don't seem like it online.
no, not now. I was happy once we got going. My attitude was like Bush baked beans this morning.
Bush's baked beans.
Bush's baked beans.
The guy or the dog?
No, the beans. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do now.
The attitude was like the beans.
Yeah, I
Down,
get it now.
you know, down.
Takes me a while. I'm old and decrepit.
Glory. Miss Thompson, good morning to you. She sent me a flag that says glory.
How nice is that?
Glory. By the way, mark your calendars real quick. Rays of Hope coming up in less than a month. We're going to start having sponsorships for that. It will be 30 days from today on, actually I lied to you, 29 days. Thursday, June the 5th. Thursday, June the 5th.
That's only a month away.
Third annual Raise Up, and I got to get after it because we got T-shirt sponsors to get on. I've got to make sure we got time to get the T-shirts done. I always give Advantage Specialties about a week deadline. They always come through. So we'd love to have you support that event, giving back to many area local nonprofits, including the Tomorrow's Promise Education Foundation, and we always support that.
Which is a 501c3.
A 501c3. And thank you for saying 501c3, not saying a 501c or a 501c. It's amazing how many, well, we're a 501c. Well, I've never heard of that. Or, well, we're a 501c. Okay, 501c what? 501c6, C11, C. No, there's a bunch of them.
There is.
It's a big difference from 3 to 6. 6 is a membership organization. 3 is a not charitable organization.
That's right. And Lord knows, my wife sends me a lot of charity.
She does. I've been thankful for that for so many years. Rick, I know you got to go.
Yeah.
Do we have about 2 more seconds? We're going to text some winners today, by the way.
We're going to text winners?
We're going to text the winners.
Great.
Because we're going to put a notice out on social media, too. So, a couple of things. This date, 1789, the first presidential inaugural ball was held in New York.
I've never been to a presidential inaugural ball.
In New York, especially. This was in honor of President and Mrs. George Washington. Martha was not in favor of referring to the event. But I won't read that because that's kind of inappropriate, but it's funny. Sometimes I got to scan this before I read it, Rick. The American Medical Association was founded on this date in 1847 after 9 out of 10 doctors agreed. They found it. It would have never been founded the day before, but of course that was Wednesday, and the doctors were all out playing golf.
Yes, of course.
That day. 1947, the Kraft Television Theater premiered.
The Kraft? K-R-A-F-T.
K-R-A-F-T. Boy, I bet they had a lot of mayonnaise on that stage among their early shows. The early shows?
It was a cheesy show.
It was. One of the first shows, the last of the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Chicago Velveeta. And also Kraft Singles. That was a really big hit there early on.
Was it?
Kraft Singles. 1982, 42 years ago, unemployment in the U.S. reached a post-depression high of 9.4%. So if you're going to complain, it could be a lot worse.
I was working then.
It could have been. 1994, Norway's most famous painting. Boy, I know all about this one, The Scream. I've actually never heard of it. By Edvard Munch.
Oh, yeah, I know that one.
He was real hungry. They recovered almost 3 months after being stolen from Oslo Museum. Never heard of any of this. They would have screamed for joy, but it might have felt redundant. There you go. That's really important. Today, National Tourism Day, as we talked about earlier. It's National Packaging Design Day today.
What is packaging design?
Designing package, wasteful spending on packaging for, you buy a USB drive at Costco and they're in this huge package.
Yeah, and
waste.
It costs a fortune. I mean, it's hard to get it out of the package.
All right, couple of things you need to know because we got to go. In a complaint filed in Los Angeles Superior Court on Tuesday, May the 6th, obtained by former Motown record executive Smokey Robinson, 85 years old. He was accused of a battery assault and false imprisonment, gender violence, and creating a hostile work environment by 4 women who worked for him. Smokey, about to get smoked, man. Yikes. California federal jury found Tuesday the Israeli spyware maker. You'll like these, the spyware guys. NSO Group. They owe Meta, which is Facebook, only $500,000 in compensatory damages for a staggering $167 million in punitive damages for hacking 1,400 WhatsApp user devices. That's crazy. They only got fined
$500,000.
$500,000 for $167 million in damages. That doesn't make sense. Gwyneth Paltrow's latest revelation, her latest, I don't even know what that means. That's stupid, too. They only sold 512 Teslas in the UK last month. That's down 62%. So 62%.
Yeah, this is the time to buy Tesla stock.
Firmer First Lady. It sounds like Huntsville talk. Oh, firmer First Lady. Michelle Obama has revealed she's in therapy to help, quote unquote, tune up for the next phase of her life as she continues to shoot down rumors that she and Barack are headed for the courthouse.
They could be.
And hope not. You hate to hear any of that. By the way, Diana Ross attended the Met Gala Monday night, her first time in 22 years. Don't even know or don't care. Ellen DeGeneres, might have seen pictures of her. Probably not. She doesn't live here anymore. It was 21. I'm not even going to read that one either. 21 years ago this week, Friends ended. Did you ever watch Friends?
Oh, yeah.
Good
I
show.
still watch Friends.
That's where I had a crush on, what's her name? Well, Jennifer Aniston back when I was younger. That's my first crush, TV crush back in the day. Trump administration set to eliminate 2 key EPA divisions focused on climate change and energy efficiency, including the Energy Star program. And then finally, Led Zeppelin's guitarist Jimmy Page. Rick's really good friends with him. Being sued by a songwriter who claims he is owed credit for writing the band's song Dazed and Confused. My question, what took him so long? Goodness gracious.
It's been a while.
It's been a whole lot. We got time for 2 food newses real
Sure.
quick? Food news, remember when it was just plain tuna? Are you a tuna eater? I ate tuna last night, tuna and mac and cheese. Now chicken of the sea comes in flavors lemon garlic.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I've seen it.
Old Day. There's a flavor called Old Day.
Old Day?
Yes.
I don't know that one.
Old Day, and then dill and the new ghost pepper.
Oh, I might try the ghost pepper.
The ghost pepper sounds right up your alley. Krispy Kreme has a special line of donuts called Minis for Mom in honor of Mother's Day coming up. Nothing else to remind you that the holiday is coming up this Sunday. They want you to remember that.
It'll be Sunday.
Cracker Barrel bringing back their campfire menu's coming back. You got to talk like that about Cracker Barrel. 7 years ago, it went away. Well, it includes campfire shrimp skillet, campfire chicken, and campfire beef.
Ooh.
Sounds like they're trying to get down in country.
Yeah, I wonder if it comes with ashes and everything.
Yeah, it might. And then speaking of crackers, Ritz has a new baked to a crisp version of its beloved cracker.
Threw that in the campfire too, did they?
Yeah, they did. Hot honey flavored crackers. Oh, man, it's my hot honey flavored cracker. Call your wife that and see if you don't get kicked outside.
She beats me a lot now.
That will only take place through the summer. There you go, Rick. That'll wrap it up for today.
Fantastic.
Good show. Remember, get Jack's book. You can go to Amazon, search for the author Jack Durish.
And he said it was the first one in a series.
And it's called The Accidental Spy. And again, go to the VFW website and enter for the raffle.
That's right. We need to enter for the raffle.
Real quick, what's happening at Tomorrow's Promise? I know we got to go, but wanted to give you the final word this morning. I need to have
final word?
The final word. Oh, wait. And now it's time for the final word with Rick Boning.
Finally.
Praise the Lord.
Things are just going right along.
I like how you got. Well, they're just going good. Just about as dandy as you could make. I'm at a loss for words, Rob.
Everybody has a little problem now and then.
Wait, I got to do it like this. Everybody's at a loss for.
Do that?
Yeah, you got to do this. Well,
got the wrong hand.
Yeah, this one. Well, everybody's at a loss for words here, Rob. When you mentioned that campfire menu coming back,
starting to remind me of Billy Cawthorn.
Yeah, that campfire menu that came back, it just really took my breath away.
It really did. I started getting smoke in my eyes and everything.
Smoky. All right, that'll wrap it up. I got to go because I have to read this today.
The whole book?
Do you like books like this?
Yeah.
Western Civilization.
Yeah, it's not all it's cracked.
Yeah, I thought Gunsmoke was going to be mentioned in here, but it's not. Festus and all that fun stuff.
F-Troop.
That'll wrap it up, friends. Hey, Tomorrow's Promise. I know we joke around and cut up, but the serious part of the show is if you're looking for a place for your child to have educational excellence where they're going to learn and grow, check out Tomorrow's Promise. Our 2 children go there. They're thriving. They're doing well. And when you hear about these sponsors on this show, make sure that you go by and talk to them. They invest a lot in our program, and we want to make sure that we are giving back to them and letting the community know about these great organizations, such as Tomorrow's Promise. Wouldn't have been able to have Jack and Bobby on here if it wasn't for Tomorrow's Promise. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Rob.
And Kay, we miss you. We need Kay's Wednesday Wisdom back on next
week,
hopefully. So.
She did not feel good this morning.
Yeah, so we're continuing to pray that she'll start to feel better very soon because we missed the Wednesday Wisdom.
Yeah, I'm sure we do.
Yeah, that'll wrap it up. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Jason Bay, First Baptist, here with us, and I think we have a guest tomorrow. The guest tomorrow is Chrissy Marfridge joining us tomorrow. So Chrissy will be on the show. Excited to have her. She will be talking about Matt has Jasper the Cow Dog. I thought it might be fun to have him on the show so he could tell a little bit about his performance on May the 14th.
Cool.
So we are going to have Jasper the Cow Dog join. I can't wait for that, man.
I'll miss that.
Sounds like a Rick Boning type show.
I did have my dog on here once.
Yep. Well, we'll be at it tomorrow. Hey, as I end every show, reminding you this morning, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please provide a word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. Somebody out there needs you. Until next time, good morning, Huntsville, and God bless. We'll see you back at it bright and early, 7:30. See you, Rick.
Adios, Rob. Or as I say, adios, Ski.